What's a morning basket and how can you adapt it to make sure your middle schooler is also having fun? On today's video, I'm gonna give you some ideas for a morning basket for your middle schooler. Hey guys, it's Fani from Mrs. Mom's Homeschool and welcome to my channel. And if you're new here, I make videos to help you on your homeschooling journey. And today we're talking about morning baskets. So really quickly, if you're brand new to homeschooling or brand new to this morning basket idea, I just want to let you know really quickly what a morning basket is. And this is an idea that came from the Charlotte Mason homeschooling method. You can call it morning basket, circle time, morning meeting. People have some really creative names for it. The purpose of a morning basket is if you go back to the old days when you think about one-room classrooms where there were a bunch of different ages and one classroom learning together. That's kind of what morning basket is. It's normally a time where the family is learning together regardless of the age of the children. So there's two different main ways that you can do morning basket. One is do family subjects and knock those out of the way, like your history or science or art or whatever. Since there are many sciences that are made for groups and families, and you can adapt those subjects to your different children's age groups. The other way to use a morning time or morning basket is to add some interesting and fun books that you can cycle through, maybe like a loop schedule, cycling through 3 to 5 books or reading a page from 4 different books every single morning. That's the kind of stuff I'm gonna share with you guys today. I assume you have your history and your sciences down pat. But if not, you can check out my curriculum reviews for some ideas. I do have lots of group subject history and science reviews in my playlist. Today we're gonna talk about the fun stuff. Now it's really easy to do a circle time and a morning time with little ones. It's so much, can sing songs or read picture books, but when they get to middle school age, it's important to keep them engaged. Now for my morning time, I like doing something more interesting and fun with them. Now that this is gonna be like our first year, we're separating history and science for my 2 kids because my son is entering 7th grade and I just want to have the morning time to do something to warm up their brain. So our morning basket time is gonna be like the time where they're waking up their brains and we're doing something together, the 3 of us, and before we set off into our individual tasks. So I'm gonna go book by book and just share with you a couple of resources. The first book we have, this could be used for middle or high school, is Vocabulary Cartoons. I have a complete review for this in the card above. This is the second book. I also have the first book, but you can go through here. These are SAT words, and you can just have them cycle through the words for 5 minutes every morning. This book is filled with mnemonics, which are devices to help you remember something by associating what you're trying to remember with something you already know. Memory experts agree that mnemonics are the surest and fastest and easiest way to remember names, places, events, words, and anything else that you want to remember. So consider using this book to have your child by themselves go through it 5 minutes at a time or a few words a day. This next book is something you can read also to middle or high schoolers, and it's called It Just Couldn't Happen. You know, today the theory of evolution is taught as a fact. It's taught in public schools and it's taught that that is the way that the earth was created. But the theory of evolution makes extreme claims. It holds that life began as a chance of combination of non-living chemicals, that all living things today developed from common one-celled ancestor, and that over millions of years gradually changed into fish, reptiles, birds, and mammals of today's world. So this book explains that the beliefs of those who think that our world and life itself came into existence without God. It examines the evidence that such people claim proves their view. It presents strong evidence for the creation of the universe and the creation of living creatures. It reviews some of the evidence that the Bible, which tells us about our Creator, has a supernatural origin. And it helps young people and parents develop the confidence that it couldn't just happen, and it didn't just happen. God does exist. He created the universe and living things, and God created human beings in His own image. We need not doubt or fear. The evidence is on our side. We can freely place our confidence in our living God. Another book is the Answers series, going along with that apologetics theme. This is the Answers book 1. There is a site that you can go to and download a companion. I'll link that in the description below. But this answers over 25 questions on creation and evolutions in the Bible. Questions like, is there really a God? Why shouldn't Christians accept millions of years? Couldn't God have used evolution? Don't creationists deny laws of nature? Cain's wife, who was she? What really happened to the dinosaurs? And so much more. The next book is a fun little start. It's Difficult Riddles for Smart Kids. It's 300 riddles and brain teasers that kids and families love. You could consider reading a riddle like this a day. I stand when I'm sitting and jump when I'm walking. Who am I? What has a neck and no head, 2 arms but no hands? So it's just little riddles like that. You may enter, but you may not come in. I have no space, but no room. I have space, but no room. I have keys, but no lock. Next are these everything you need to know books. This one specifically is everything you know about American history. So you could do a chapter of these a day. The chapters are very short. They're colorful. They have maps. They're visually pleasing to look at. And at the end of every chapter, you have questions that you can either have your kids verbally answer, or you could have them journal the answer in a separate book. Next are books like these, the Guinness Book of World Records, Exploding with Thousands of New Records. This has tons of interesting things and world records that were beat, and I would hold this for middle or high school because there are some disturbing images in these Guinness of World Record books. This one is the 2011 one. Or maybe your child would be interested in this Bear Grylls survival camp book. This is pretty awesome, again, for more mature children, because there's some stuff in here that this guy would do to survive that I wouldn't want my 7-year-old hearing about. But this is also interesting. You can add this to a documentary in the morning about the Arctic, and then talk about different ways that your child can survive if they were there using this book. This one is a newer book. This is called Amazing Earth. So you can use any of these encyclopedias. This is a DK book. The DK has tons of different encyclopedias. You can find any type of encyclopedia on Earth or animals or anything that your child is interested in. This particular one shows a bunch of beautiful places around the world. It shows where they are on a map. It shows all the interesting facts. And it's just a really cool book to look at and know about some places in the world that we never knew even existed, but can maybe go visit someday. These next books I'm going to show you are from the morning basket that we are going to be using this upcoming homeschool year. So if you saw my 7th grade curriculum choices, you may have already seen these. So for those of you who haven't seen that video, make sure you check out the link in the description below. I'm going to post the reviews that I've made on these resources, if I've made them, and where you can get them from. Anyway, but this is from Kingstone Bible Resources. So you have the 101 questions about the Bible and Christianity, which are 101 questions about the Bible and Christianity, and the answers are in comic book form. Once again, if you want to really look inside of this, check out the video link in the description below. And they also have comics. So you can have your children, if you have more than one, grab a comic and read it for 10, 15 minutes, or you can read it with them, or you can answer one of the questions in the book. However you choose to use this. This is pretty cool. Another one, this can be used for any age. This is the Radical Book for Kids. This is part 2 to the Ology. This is the Ology's Ancient Truths Ever New. And then this one is called The Radical Book for Kids, Exploring the Roots and Shoots of Faith. This book is really pretty too. And it goes into different subjects like the names of God, the Bible in one sentence, what to do when you're afraid, how to glimpse God, how to profit from the prophets, how to pray, ancient texting, how to make pottery, mind your manners, explore new worlds, what was God like, what is God like, things like that. Then this has been all over YouTube. I'm sure you already have seen reviews of this. This is America's History by the Tuttle twins. This is book 2. So I have a complete review of that in the card above. It's basically a history book from 1776 to 1791, but it's not a textbook. It's basically a big storybook. And they have a companion guide, which I didn't know when I made the review, but there's a companion guide you can print out where you can turn it into a curriculum. So I need to go online and get that for this. And that is it. I mean, I have a ton of other things on my shelves here that I could share with you, but we're going to keep this video as is. And those are the resources I wanted to share. So I hope that you guys have found some cool stuff that you may want to use. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, and you can check out my Facebook at VIG787 and my Instagram at Vonnie_Mrs_Mom. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.